As my husband says, it's my wisdom.
All right. We're waiting for one more. Sorry, guys.
It's my
Just got
wisdom.
word. Number the other one's coming in right now. He doesn't have a camera though. Michael Lindsay and Equine Enterprise. He's just got him and his notepad. Just him and his notepad. Yeah, no, just his notes. Sorry for the wait.
What time do y'all get back?
I rode back with my family. I got back at 12:30 on I guess Monday morning. And then I think the team got back at like 1:30 on the bus, yeah. They were still happy, so. And Shauna that'll be in here, she got up and went to her 7:50 class too.
Oh, wow.
And her teacher sent her home. Like, congratulations. Go get some rest. Oh, you're back there. Because you had a presentation? Long time no see.
Just sleeping from the McGinnis game, right? All right, Michael, once you're set, we'll get going here. Whenever you're ready.
Coach, can you talk about your young ladies that have watched this NCAA tournament their whole lives on TV and just, gosh, I'd love to be a part of it one day, just to be in it now?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling, and every year there's almost 400 teams that their goal is to make the NCAA tournament, and at the end of the day, 68 teams get to go. And to be a part of that group of 68 is something truly special. I think cutting down the nets is something that you dream of as a little girl, and you watch the NCAA tournament and you watch these teams cut down the nets, and like you said, one day you hope that you get to be a part of it, and it's so neat to just see them achieve their goals and all of their hard work pay off, and get to live out that dream and going to the NCAA tournament. It's one of the coolest experiences that you'll ever have, and they treat you special, and it's a special thing to be a part of, and you feel it. You know what I mean? Like the hotels, the travel to get there, and I'm excited for them to have experienced the championship, but I'm also excited what they're about to get to experience as well.
Coach, with this day and age with the transfer portal and everything that changes in college basketball, how special is it for this group to make it to the NCAA tournament with everything that's been going on?
Yeah, I mean, everybody came here. They chose HPU, and their goal was to win championships. I think everybody that joined a part of our team, that's why they came here. That's what we wanted to do. That's what we talked about in the recruiting process, and it was a special group that came together and got it done. We had 10 new players on our roster this year, and part of that is the transfer portal and everything of that. Your classes tend to get bigger sometimes with adding grad transfers and stuff. And we were able to, come together as a group, and they played awesome as a team, and able to achieve both goals that they set out for themselves, starting the season, the regular season championship and the conference tournament. So it's awesome to see. It's awesome to sit back and watch and see the joy on their faces and just the excitement of, like I said, all the hard work finally paying off, and just seeing the end result.
What's the emotion? Because you going to a conference tournament first, and you know what's at stake. Where does the wave start? Is it that you won the conference championship, or is it like we're going to the NCAA tournament? And how does that transpire in the span of the few moments after the victory?
Yeah, and it might be a little different as a coach. At the end, it's almost relief, because going in as the 1 seed, there's a lot of expectations, and we dealt with a pretty significant injury of a key piece to our team the game before, and it's just there was a lot of emotions going into that, and we had that goal, and you know, the season comes down to that one game and that one moment. And so there are a lot of emotions. By the end of it, you're drained emotionally, physically. You know, I didn't even run up and down the court, and I was worn out by the end of the game. So there's a lot that goes into it, but at the end of the day, it's such a cool thing. And like I said before, the best thing is seeing the girls celebrate and getting to enjoy that.
Coach, it was just years ago that the women's team made the NCAA tournament. Were there any, I guess, things that you kind of learned from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win, right? You can't take any game for granted. You got to show up and you got to play your best basketball. Whether you're the 1 seed or the 5 seed, you have to show up and you have to win the basketball game. And that's kind of what we've focused on this year is, you know, it didn't matter if it was our 6th regular season conference game or this last one. It was the game that we're playing right now is the most important game that we have. That's the most important game of the season. And, you know, the girls bought into that, and each night they took that to heart, and that was the most important game that we were going to play. And that's kind of how they progressed through the tournament. And fortunately for us, we were able to make enough plays to come out on top in that last one. But, you know, the credit goes to the team. They showed up every night, and they proved themselves over and over again. And at the end of the day, we're champions now.
What wins out in the NCAA tournament games? I know you want to preach that. Come on, it's still same game, you know.
Yeah.
94 feet and all that, but is it dealing with, like, this is one and done? Is it guard play? Is it defending? Is it just everything? Or?
I mean, it's everything. Our team, we have to defend. You know, we're going to have to defend, but it's also, you got to shoot the ball well. You know, if you're going to go up against bigger and more athletic teams, you got to shoot the ball well and share the ball and not be selfish and, you know, understand what our strengths are, and our strengths are us as a team. It's not a bunch of individuals out there, and that's what we're going to focus on. Let's move the ball. Let's make the defense guard multiple people moving and see what we can do. I think we play a pretty exciting style of basketball, and it's March. Anything can happen.
Do you think there are people around the country, like, when they see brackets, they're like, High Point, they're in the men's and the women's, and like, where is this High Point thing, and how fun is it going to be just to show people where this place is and what it's all about?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for publicity for the university. I mean, you know, just people are going to be watching the game, whether it's looking at a bracket or watching a game like, oh, High Point, let me look it up, go to the school's page, and I think there's going to be a lot of people realizing how special of a place we have here, and maybe hopefully pique some interest and help us out that way.
Coach, during the regular season, you have your schedule, you know, the games that are coming up now. You have some days before the selection show and then some more days before the game. What's this week look like? What the next couple of weeks look like for you guys?
So they had yesterday and today off. Definitely needed some time for their bodies to recover and get some rest. And then the next couple of days, we're going to be working a lot on ourselves and skill work and getting a lot of shots up, finishing around the rim, shots that we like to get within our offense. So a lot more individual skill stuff. And then we'll look to get the team getting up and down for a couple of days and working on our offense and doing things of that nature, trying to clean some things up to have us best prepared going into next week as we can be.
There are coaches who start this bid for the NCAA tournament by motivating their players in October. They put up posters, they show pictures, they show whatever they need to do to get you thinking March Madness.
Right.
Did you do anything like that? Did it cross your mind back in October that I need to get them thinking postseason?
So I actually, to do captains, we had a book club this year, and we read The Power of Positive Leadership, and it talks about goals, and with teams you have to have a microscope and a telescope. And so we came up with, that's essentially how we came up with our goals, and on the back of the door before you leave the locker room, it has a telescope. So this is our long-term goals. It has a telescope in there, and it has the regular season championship trophy and a picture of the ring that we got 4 years ago when we went to the NCAA tournament. And that was just that constant reminder of, you know, these are our long-term goals for the season. You know, we wanted them to see it every single day. But then we also had a picture of a microscope up there, because the microscope is, you know, what do we have to do today to make sure that we get the telescope goals. So the microscope is the close-up. What are we getting better at today? So we had that constant reminder throughout the season of this is our long-term goals, but what are we going to do today that helps us reach those goals?
Coach, how different is this one versus the previous one? That was kind of during the COVID time, and obviously this is very different. Is it even a little bit better this time, you think?
Yeah, it's way better. I mean, the first time my family wasn't even allowed on the court after we won. So, it's neat being able to share it with them, and then just the look of the NCAA tournament is going to be completely different. When we went down there, we were wearing N95 masks on the airplane. Everybody was quarantined in their room for 2 days when we first got there. The only time that we were able to leave was to get tested. There was no bands, there was no cheerleaders in the hotel and stuff for us. So I think it's going to be a completely different experience. I'm excited for the team to get that because that one, as exciting as it was to be in the NCAA tournament, it didn't have that feel, So, this is very different.
Coach, the Big South tournament was held in Johnson City, Tennessee this year. What were your thoughts about having a neutral site compared to a tournament at like one of the member schools?
My biggest concern was there not being people there. Just a neutral site. We're not one of the bigger conferences that's just going to draw fans just like the ACC or the SEC. I think they could go anywhere and people are going to go watch that basketball. So there was that concern for me, but, I can't thank President Cobain enough for, getting those buses of students up there for us and, making Johnson City feel like High Point a little bit and cheering on our team. And, in that fourth quarter in the championship game, I think it did make a big difference. The defensive chant got a lot louder than the 12 girls chanting it on the bench. You know what I mean? So, that was awesome to have that support and to have that many students travel there and watch both teams win it.
How big was it overcoming that adversity of losing Nakai, obviously a leader, the championship game? I mean, it could have spun any different directions, but ultimately you guys came through.
Yeah, I mean, it was picked up by a lot of different players. I can't even say that it was one player, and it was Jaleesa had to be more vocal on the court and be level-headed. Same thing with Nevaeh. She was more vocal. Shauna got more minutes and stepped up on the defensive end because Kai has been so big for us defensively. She stepped up, took a lot of charges, took on the task of guarding the other team's leading scorer, things of that nature. It was by committee. You can't replace a player with Nakai just with one player. That's tough. She just provided so much for our team and just the leadership, being vocal. She was that one person on the floor that kind of pulled everybody together and kept them level-headed. And, I hate to see her go down, and my heart breaks for her that, she worked so hard and she was so focused to get the championship for this team and doing it in her senior year. And I hate to see it end like that for her, but I'm so happy the girls were able to come together and get it done for her.
How good was it to share that with her, too? I mean, her obviously being there, her teammates looking to her afterwards as well. I mean, they really wanted to make her a part of it, it seemed like.
Yeah, no question about it. I think, everybody in our locker room had the same feelings for her, just you hate to see people get hurt, especially their senior year and especially in moments like that, right, and missing out on that. So, in the locker room, they said, don't worry, Kai, I got your back. Like, we're going to do it for you. And that was after that first game that they decided that it was bigger than themselves and we had more to play for. And that was truly we write we over me on the board before every single game. That was like the best definition of that and best picture for that.
We'll have time for 2 more questions.
At this point, you don't care where you're going as long as you're going. But
Yeah.
do you have your druthers about where you'd like to play? And who, for that matter?
I really don't. The last I saw, we were in a play-in game in Austin, Texas. So Austin seems nice, I guess. I mean, seen us out at UCLA in some of the bracketology at South Carolina. So it doesn't matter where you send us. Our girls are going to be excited. We're going to be prepared, and we're going to have some fun.
What makes this group of student athletes so special? Their energy on the court, just
how they come together, not just as a team during the game, but during practice, studies, all of that.
I think what makes this team so special is just their selflessness. There's not just one star. They've worked really hard together. We did it as a team, and we have people that are willing to pass up an okay shot for a great shot, and it doesn't matter that they're not going to get the points. The team gets the points. And I think at the end of the day, that's why we were able to win, is they love each other, like genuinely love each other on and off the court, and understand that it's bigger than just one person. And it took a team effort, and they came together as a group, and they've only known each other like 8 months, and we did something really special. So it was definitely how selfless they were and how much love they had for each other.
Thank you, Coach.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what come up.
Oh, you guys get to do it together. Oh, she's come on in. Nice.
I think the left side's my good side, so I'll be here.
Left side? Okay. But you finish with right, how you left?
Everybody that doesn't know, on the right is Jaleesa Lawrence, on the left is
Take those two chairs and push those out.
Oh,
and then
great.
you guys split those 5 microphones. It'll be great.
No, I'll go this way.
No, stay. Got it. Stay.
going outside.
Wait.
Here, take this one, 'cause it's for last
Yeah.
one, it's the same height.
I got it. Sorry. Okay. You ready?
Alright, ready, whenever you guys are.
Which girl on the team acted like the biggest fool in the celebration afterward on the court? Who went craziest?
Probably Liv. I think Liv. I don't know. Liv always has her phone out, making TikToks, whatever.
I think everybody.
Probably maybe Shauna. She fell asleep with the trophy for a little bit.
Because it's nighttime, Gotta sleep. Yeah, I think it's everybody, We waited for this moment, and we work hard, and be able to bring the baby home is wonderful. Yeah.
How much have you watched the NCAA tournament over the years? Just like, man, I want to get there. I just want to be in it, and then now you're here.
Well, I actually went last year. So going last year, I was like, wow, this is crazy. We played Oregon State at Oregon State. So it was packed with just a bunch of Oregon State fans. And that was a crazy experience. And then coming here, we were so close. And I was coming into the game, I was like, is this going to be as cool as it was before? Like, I've already been here. Like, how is it going to feel when we win? And it was just as good as it was before, maybe even better. I just loved it. It was amazing, and you dream of it. Yeah, it was great.
For me, it's just like when I watch, after I commit with High Point, when I watch they lose the game, and I watch the NCAA, like the finals, when I say, I need to bring this for this team, and I want to bring them for the coach. And when I came and I see at the coach room, at the coach office, they have like the last one they be, and I say, what about we bring this season? And they start laughing. I say, I'm not playing. I'm saying seriously. What about we bring this season? And they say, go ahead, show me. And I say, okay, when you ready, I'm ready. That's it. And then I just start like work out with my teammates, push every day, and start dreaming. And now we're here.
It's not a dream anymore.
We're here. We're ready to go.
Ladies, would you talk about the microscope, telescope pictures and how much they have played in your personal experience to get to this point?
Actually, yes. Soon as coaches show us and our captain too, they come and talk about what they learn and they read the book. And this proves us that we have to not take the day for the granted and take every chance you have outside the court, inside the court. Prove yourself, give your best, and small things, big things, celebrate and work hard to get there. And every day, I can tell you, it's still there at the locker room. As soon as you open the locker room, you in and you out, you still see there. And this, I think, one of the big motivation we have as a team. Yeah.
Yeah, just setting those process goals. Like, you have those process goals you have every day, and then you have those long-term goals. And some days, like, you need that long-term goal. I'm like, Shauna, like, we need to bring it today. Like, we want a ring. And so when it gets hard, you just have to remember that we're working for something bigger than just today. We need to focus on today, but we're working for the future, for a ring, for a championship, to go to the tournament.
Now that you guys have had like a couple days since your big win, have you noticed a different buzz on campus? I mean, because not only did you guys make it, but the men's team also made it as well.
Yeah, in class, a lot of people congratulated me, so that was really cool. They posted a photo on Instagram yesterday, and what did it say? It was like, who woke up feeling like a champion? I commented. I said, me. I did. So you can see that from teachers, from teammates, from my classmates. Like, everyone is just happy for us, and it's an amazing feeling.
For me, it's funny because as soon as we get back after we celebrate, of course, it's Monday, we have class, we student athlete, and I didn't have my presentation, but I was not ready, but I did go to class, I did show up. And as soon as I get there, the teachers see me, my teammates see me, say, what are you doing here? So you need to go take a rest. You just come back from the championship game. I say, yeah, but I need to be championship in the class too. And they say, no. And they say, no, go home, go sleep. You need to sleep. And then see how they really recognize like the hard work we did. And for me, it's like blessing. It's like more than just a class. It's just like somebody who see me. Like, even if I win the championship, I still want to, of course, get my grades right. And they tell me, take a pause and go home and take a rest and restart over. Yeah, it's amazing.
Any other questions? Michael, yeah?
Yeah, just, you know, obviously the injury to Nakai was a big blow for you guys. Just overcoming that, you know, what was you all's reaction, and then what did you all have to do to make it work?
Were you on the floor when it happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Shauna were both on the floor, and I remember her going down. I was like, oh, crap. Like, because she was, like, usually Kai, when, like, she gets hurt, like, she's, like, you can tell that she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We went back to our benches. Shauna's crying. I think she's on the ground, like, praying. And it was just a surreal moment because we know that she's such a big part of this team, and we knew coming in that, like, well, I was like, we need her for this. And we really did. Even though she wasn't on the court anymore, she was still there with us and impacting in ways that just don't show up. Like, she lit a fire under our team.
I think, like, when I see Kai on the floor, it's just the moment give me a flashback when I hurt myself too. And everybody's there worry about it. And I just turn around, let me just talk with God and say, God, please, now it's time to you prove me, like, now is my time, like, to help the team. And as soon as I just lay down and I just talk with God and say, please, give me all the energy you have to make everybody here enjoying this game tonight and tomorrow. But right now, we need to win this game without Kai. And give me the power just for help my teammate. And soon as she get off, when she stay on the bag, soon as I take the third charge, I think so, I don't remember how many charges I take, and then I look for her, I say, I got your back. I always got her back. We've been playing on the practice when we do the defense. I'm the one say, hey, I got your back, I got your back, I got your back. And guess what? That's happened at the game. I got everybody's back. I don't worry about me shots. It's more about me. It's like if I can defense my team, I will defense my team. I give my heart on there. And that's I just let everybody know, like, okay, Kai is out, so let's go bring this. Like, she's still here. She still watch us. She still be at the chair, but she's still like screaming and yelling. So let's go bring the win. So that's what happened. Yeah.
What was it like to share with her? I mean, y'all went out of your way to look for her afterwards and to bring her into it and everything. I mean, what was that like to share that with her?
It was an amazing moment to just be able to give that to her after she's given blood, literally sweat, tears to us.
Yeah.
And we came off, there was, I don't know how much time left, maybe like 10 seconds, and I like went to her, and Shaq was already there, Shaq was already talking to her, but I went over there and I was like, we couldn't have done this without you.
Yeah, me, I just tell her, like, you know, she being amazing person outside and inside the court. And I did tell, like, always I will be there. Like, I just didn't talk on the moment because, you know, when you have a flashback, it's a little bit, your mind is a little bit like controversy. And for me, it's like, let me just give her a moment because that's happened with me too. Like, when you got hurt, you just want your moment to you realize that's okay, I got hurt. So I need to calm down and stuff like that. And for me, it's like, as soon as the game done, I go to her room on the next day, check on her and say, like, we here to you and we gonna bring the ring home. You gonna be there and you gonna take the baby with you. Yeah. And that's why it's just KTC every day.
We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, fun.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make the announcement that if anyone would like to speak with Dr. Levine, you'll have to go now to the second floor of the concourse. I don't know if anyone was interested, but he can only speak at 2 o'clock, so about 2:15. But I can hold the men's team if that is something that you would like to do.
I need to get at least a couple of
I
questions.
need to grab them real quick.
Maybe you go back.
I may not be able to stay there.
I have to go, I got the sweater on. Might as well.
Alright.
You roll it out?
Well,
I mean, after you, that's fine.
let me see what I can.
Yeah,